It is a brisk 58 degrees in northern Florida today. Just wanted to say hi to everybody and thank you again for all of the support. You know, I've been looking through a lot of the comments about the Faithless Elector movement, and this recurring theme keeps coming up about how the experts are all predicting that there's just no way that faithless electors could do anything about the election. Donald Trump's poll numbers are up, and I should just hang it up. I can't tell you how many people have just come here and told me to stop exercising my First Amendment rights to free speech. The fact that they're here doing that just tells me something that we're on the right track. So, anyway, I thought this picture would be appropriate, given that it was the prediction that kings and popes and tyrants had of where we lived for the vast majority of history. And believe it or not, there's actually some still folks out here on the internet who really do believe this. It's quite hilarious, but just thought maybe I would go over a few expert predictions that maybe didn't work out quite like we thought they would. Let's see. Oh yeah, here was the rebirth of the constitutional republic, folks. Remember that, Republicans? Remember the pit bull with lipstick? You know, this was going to usher in a new wave of constitutional republicanism, and how we were going to say no to socialism and the New World Order. That worked out really well. Oh yeah, then we had these guys. Yep, that was it for sure. Fox News nailed that. You know, Barack Obama was just done. It wasn't even close. They were planning the victory speeches. Yeah, and I'm sorry, we gotta do this one. I mean, of course, because if Shepard Smith says that doomsday is coming, well, we know the end of the world. Absolutely. It's reported on Fox News. There it is. It is the truth. Absolutely the truth. And of course, more recently, yep, here's the experts. Everybody who knew everything about everything had this one nailed. No chance whatsoever. The story was going to be, how is he going to challenge when, you know, he gets beaten so badly by 6 points in the polls? Oh, and of course, and what would a video like this be without some real member berries? Here's some good member berries for you. This was the future in the 60s. Yep. Million men marched on D.C. This was the future of America, folks. This is what the experts all said we would be. Ironically, after winning World War II, this is where we went. Might be where we're heading. Who knows? You know, who knows? Anything can happen. But I do have faith that, once again, the American people will prove the experts wrong, just like they have always. I mean, we've talked about the percentages, how 37 faithless electors represents, what, 12% of the Republicans? Of the Republicans, not even all of them. 7% of the entire college. You know, and we've already shown clearly in a United States Supreme Court ruling that anybody can look up, not my opinion, the opinion of Justice Jackson of the Supreme Court, that those electors are free agents. And any effort to intimidate them, whether from a party or from anybody else, would, at the very least, invalidate their vote. I mean, can you imagine, folks, you know, Trump supporter, if you're watching this, I want you to really think about this for a minute. Let's war game this. Let's say you're an elector, and let's say that you really do. You're a Republican, you've been a Republican your whole life, and you were an elector before you even knew who the Republican nominee was going to be. And then it's Donald Trump, and you have a problem with the guy. And you don't want to vote for him, and your conscience is telling you not to vote for him. And then you go to the meeting, and you vote, and you come back, and you're sitting at the dinner table with your kids, and they ask you about it. Well, kids, my conscience told me that I couldn't vote for the man because of the way he's behaved and what I believe he represents, but because my party told me that they would fine me $1,000 and I couldn't buy you Christmas presents, I had to vote against my conscience. You really think that's going to happen, folks? Really? Is that what you want? Is that what you think the future of America is going to be? I mean, really, you think electors are just delivery boys? That when your state election occurs, that they are just the instruments of delivering the result of the popular election in your state. See, that's what a direct election would be by default. If those men and women who are electors didn't have free will to do as they saw fit, then what would be the point of even going? I think some people have the mistaken impression that the electors are independent until the results of the election, and then they have to vote with the popular vote, whichever way it goes. That it's the same group of people. It's not. It's entirely different groups of people, depending on which party wins the election. You should look into kingmakers. They were, prior to 1964, they were independent electors that attended this meeting. And they weren't assigned to either party. They just looked at the qualifications of the man. They didn't care about his political leanings one way or the other. And we had those people electing presidents prior to 1964. So I really want you Republicans, you Trump supporters, I should say, because you're not Republicans, to really think about why 14 other actual Republicans would have said what they said about the man. I want you to think about the blackmail in the 1992 election, when Donald Trump saw that and decided to go tell the Republican Party, you know what? I have about 10% of the American populace that's going to vote for me no matter what. And they're going to come from your party. So you either give me the R tag, or I'll guarantee that Hillary Clinton gets elected, because I'll do what Ross Perot did to George Bush Sr. Because that's exactly what he did. He blackmailed the party. Either they anointed him king. That's why they wanted to extract the pledge from him. Because they thought for sure, and he would have, he was going to run as a Republican and take all of their money, take all of their infrastructure, and then at the last minute he was going to bail. And he was going to splinter off and run an independent campaign after having gotten all of the free press that the Republicans would have provided him. And then still make Hillary Clinton president. Well, given the fact that he was a Democrat for 20 years, that's, likely scenario. The very first debate, it's the first thing Rand Paul said. Go look at the transcript. First thing he said, hedging his bet with the Democrats. First words, so prophetic. So, anyway, take a good long look at this, folks. This is what the world was when experts were in charge. So, keep the faith, folks. Things are not nearly as bleak as the mainstream media wants you to believe. The American people are still firmly in control. And on the 19th of December, it's going to become very apparent how little these experts actually know. Take care.